The Jamie Dyer Show.
I'm now joined by Janice Moth from the Glamour Club in Worthing. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Janice. Tell me, what is the Glamour Club?
Well, the Glamour Club is an event, and it's held on a Saturday afternoon between noon and 3. You come at noon and you go home at 3. And we're actually pioneers and we're activists for positive social change. We were set up and created to eradicate loneliness and loneliness caused by social isolation. So we're for those who are 50, but everybody is welcome, because the United Nations says that an older person is from 50. So we're disability competent, we're dementia friends, and we're eco-friendly. What we are is we're vintage and we're themed. So when you come to the Glamour Club on a Saturday afternoon, the theme could be vintage Hollywood. So everyone dresses up in their finery, and you come in and you're greeted on arrival by stilt walking butler, and then you are ushered to your table by table hosts. So you have a big smiley face waiting to greet you and take you to your table. You'll then be served an afternoon tea, and you can eat all you want, and you can drink all the nice cups of teas and coffees and hot chocolate, and they'll all be served to you by table hosts. And we have 3 times 30 minutes, all our favourite numbers, from the flying 40s to the swinging 70s, we say. And the mayor comes, and the town crier, and local dignitaries and VIPs, and people from aged 4 to 102.
Wow, that really is a big age range. Now, I'm sure that people are listening and watching this and thinking, you've held this on a Saturday, but over the last year, public events have been a little bit tricky to organise. So I take it, when was this formed? When did you start doing it?
The first Glamour Club was held on Mental Health Awareness Day on the 10th of the 10th, 2018. I had the idea to start. I knew when I'd sat in Kuala Lumpur Airport, August 2017, I'd just been on this fantastic trip around Southeast Asia for 10 months, and I had been in the most amazing places. But I'd felt so lonely, and having worked for over a decade in mental health, mainly at Trust HQ, I'd seen the statistics around so many unnecessary deaths, caused by this. So I felt convicted when I sat there to do something about this when I got back to the UK. So I bought a company called It Sucks to Be Lonely Sometimes Limited, and as soon as I got back home, I started networking. And 1 year later, I had the idea for the Glamour Club. And it's been an absolute smash. So we've had 9 events. That's bi-monthly. Our 10th event was we were commissioned by Worthing Mental Health Awareness Week. And we were their grand finale. Afternoon tea at 3. So everyone dressed up. And we had a Glamour Club online, but it wasn't just like a flat Zoom style show. Our entertainer had invested in a lot of equipment so that she sounded just as good in her home studio as one of our events. We had so many people there. The mayor and the town crier were there, and with their pots of tea and their cakes, and it was just absolutely fabulous.
Sounds like you made the best of a tricky situation. When are you expecting to hold these events kind of more regularly?
Well, a little bell tells me it might be the 3rd weekend in August. But I'm waiting to see, because the things that we are up against are the government telling us it's okay. Also, we're in a place called the Hope Centre. So so we have to wait to see whether they're going to allow us as well. And also our entertainers are under equity in our own government. And also the mood of the land. we're not out yet, are we? We're all a bit tired from sitting at home and everything, so we have to wait and see how it goes. If it's not August, it'll be October, which will be a massive celebration because it'll be our 3-year anniversary.
And I'm sure that will be a big one, because a lot of people are starting to organise events for then, and I think it's just going to be amazing. I think. I mean, when you talk about these events and organising them, how much does it cost to the people attending? Is there any cost involved?
Yeah, it costs you just £10. That's for all-you-can-eat sandwiches, all freshly made on the day, and a combination of homemade and bought, like the little French bounties and everything you got on a high tea, and live entertainment. All that for a tenner. And the thing is, people tell us how it makes them feel. Apparently, the mood and the joy and the happiness they feel on the day lasts them for days afterwards. So it's absolutely fabulous.
Well, it sounds like a great initiative. And you said to me beforehand that it really does make a difference to combat loneliness and, related issues as well.
Yeah, it does. I mean, what I did during the pandemic was I held many interviews online with people who shared their stories, they shared their journey. Our Still Walking Butler and his family are all circus performers at a really high standard. So all of those people had no events or anything to go to. And actually, they are so open about sharing their stories. I mean, they have absolutely gone viral, my little interviews. And I'm used to hearing people's stories because I work in mental health for the last decade. I think it's absolutely refreshing that people are less fearful these days to say what their life has really been like.
And I think that's going to be even more important going forward as we step away from the current situation. Where do you see the Glamour Club going past the Saturday events?
Well, the thing is, we are. I mean, for example, we're made up of all volunteers who come. They're from all different walks of life. Like a launch party video was filmed by the guy that won 4 BAFTAs for Harry Potter, and he's since won an Emmy for Chernobyl. He works on The Crown and Peaky Blinders and stuff like that. So when you volunteer, you step into an arena where you meet people that you would never ordinarily meet. So if you're someone, we are a vehicle for recovery. And I'm especially calling out for veterans. We've got a new website that's been developed, which is just such a joy. It's absolutely stunning. It's very much unlike any other website that I've seen. And it's very, very Glamour Club. It's www.theglamclub.co.uk. I want veterans, because they are the hardest to reach. And we are an ally. We're disability confident, which means that we look at all ways of doing stuff so that we're fully inclusive. So we want people from all generations to join us, and it is happening. I mean, the recruitment that we've done post-pandemic, during the pandemic, and as we're coming out, I've got so many people that want to come and volunteer. So we are on a mission to establish a glamour club in every village, town and city in the UK on a Saturday afternoon. And the reason for doing that is because it's redeeming entire communities. I mean, the Hope Centre is held in a church, so that's where I see them being, in church halls and places like that across the whole of the UK. And the pastor says, Janice, you are an answer to our prayers. because people are wondering what's going on in there. Everyone's dressed up fancy. I mean, people meet and make friends and they chat and everything, and it's drawing in the crowds. And we are a great big fun visual way of saying, do you know what? This is what a really healthy community looks like. Come and join us.
And there are loads of options for further themes, even beyond vintage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing is, you can diversify and you can do this into lots of different subcultures. I mean, actually, internationally, I've been working with some people in Canada, actually, who see the value of the Glamour Club because of the diversity, because actually what we're doing is we're providing a platform where people can come and help themselves. So if you're in, say, I mean, when I was in Vietnam, you know, you watch how close the families are. They stay together through generations. You know, if you're in Vietnam, you hire a hall, you get your favourite music, your favourite foods, and you invite people, and you make them feel really loved and welcome. And that's it. Our customer services comes from the heart.
Well, I can tell that you have so much enthusiasm for this project, and you touched on earlier what you do outside. Can you elaborate what you do outside the Glamour Club?
I'm actually on a board of trustees for an assisted living facility in Worthing, West Sussex. So I'm the HR expert within that. But you know what we do is we've got a responsibility to the charity and the charity commission. So I do that on a voluntary basis because of the people, and they were set up to eradicate loneliness. So, and also my day job is I work for the Chief Clinical Information Officer on the Global Digital Exemplar Project. So we are pulling together all of the systems behind the scenes so that each person has one record. So when you go to the GP can look you up and see all of your records. So that's what I do at the moment. I've also been a project consultant in the NHS as well, in the HR arena, rolling out the health check project. And also I'm senior PA, I'm this executive assistant. So I can turn my hand to many, many things. And within the remit, I organise events as well. You know, the nurses' conference is once a year at the Amex Stadium, you know, Brighton Football Ground and things like that. So I've also re-educated myself 3 times now. I've got 3 letters after my name. So yeah, I'm a member of the Institute of Leadership and Management as well. The thing is, the Glamour Club gives me a platform. When I'm studying, I've got like something that I can put all the learning straight in, and that's why it's so good. It's really simple. It's high quality, and it's for everybody.
How many hours are in the day for you? You must really like.
Yeah. Well, the way I explain that is like, I kind of have a whole lifestyle rather than a job and knock. It sort of like blurs in together, you know. So I don't have a husband or a boyfriend or anything like that. I don't have family near me, and I don't have my child near me. So basically, to help eradicate my own loneliness, I do the Glamour Club. It's enriched my life like you wouldn't believe. And the other thing that we're looking into is selling our licenses. So if you're interested in holding a Glamour Club, then you can buy a license for our brand, and we'll teach you how to do it.
I mean, that's a great idea. Franchising, is that a regular, have you done like research? Is that a regular thing that organizations like yourself do?
Well, the thing is, I used to work for a franchise owner, a really massive one. So that was many years ago. I'm not a fan of franchises, but I like licenses. I think they're a lot more collaborative. Franchises are sort of like if it all goes wrong. I mean, if you Google franchises, you won't see much all you'll see is the positive side of the ones that are doing really well. You don't see the other side. So I'm not really a fan of that, although, it's everyone's got a choice, haven't they? But I do like licenses because that you work together more.
Before I wrap up here, tell us about the performers that attend these events.
Well, we have absolutely the best. That's the thing. We have the Silhouette Show. Karen Effrington's part of the Silhouette Show, so they dress up like they're in the 1940s, 50s. We've had Jason Swing, so he does a swinging type, very good quality. Ryan Mack, they call him Worthing's Frank Sinatra. And the Sweetheart Melodies, they're homegrown. This is the thing, Jamie. One thing I could get across today. We want people who are coming up through the ranks, who need a gig, who want to be part of the community. Because the thing is, we've had a lot of entertainers come along who just want the money and off they go. That's not who we are. We're deeper than that. So we like to nurture our entertainers, and so that they become part of who we are. And the nice thing that they really like about us is they get loads of other gigs out of it. So yeah, it's a lovely place where I think trusty friendships and confidants and all sorts of things happen. And that's what we are. We're a vehicle for recovery for entire communities.
Well, I'm blown away by what I've heard today. It sounds like an amazing initiative, and hopefully going forward it can continue. And if people are interested in finding out more about the Glamour Club, they can go to www.theglamourclub.co.uk. That's www.theglamourclub.co.uk. And thank you, Janice, for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me, Jamie. Absolute pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
The Jamie Dyer Show.